Nick in the back room. Dear, thank you very much for coming down to help us celebrate Rachel's wedding. I had the pleasure of meeting some of you last night. But I'd like to make a special mention to the lads who come down to Tithe Barn. It was a great night. I'm glad to see you all sober. Well, what can I say about Rachel? I'm extremely proud to be a father of such a beautiful bride. Really fantastic to give Rachel away at such a magnificent church in Rachael. That was absolutely. Well, as you know, Rachael is way screen, so yeah, I'm really proud of Rachael, what she's achieved in her lifetime. But we all know that she has got a few faults. My speech is quite short, so I can't mention them all. But I'd like to make a special mention about Rachael, because she's known to be a little bit untidy. When she lived at our house, if you had walked into her bedroom, you would have thought the house had been burned. It was either that or Tracy had another entry. So anyway, this was, to us, it was a first indication of Rachel's scientific method. Because we now realise that Rachael was doing experiments in the chaos theory. From disorder comes order. So, I've been doing some research myself, and today is a special present for Rachael. I would like to give her the solution to chaos theory. I'd like to turn the attention on to Nick. And I would like to personally welcome into our family. And being so, you are both very, very proud to call Nick our son-in-law. We're happy to think about way of welcoming Nick into our family. We did think about buying him a new castle shirt. But we did buy him a nice shirt. It's got a nice little subtle magpie on it. We thought it was quite subtle. But we thought, no, we don't do so. So we're putting on. I expected to wear this every time I come down to visit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of my speech. The only thing left for me to do is to make a toast to the bride and groom. Nick and Rachel.
So first of all, Kevin, thanks for the kind words, towards me anyway. And I'd first of all like to say on behalf of my very beautiful wife, thank you all for being here today. It really means the world to us. But before I go much further, please make sure your glasses are charged, because I'll be few toasts over the next few minutes. Without further ado, I'd like to toast a great man who is unfortunately no longer with us today, but alongside my fantastic mother, of course is here, continues to be so very important to me each day. That man is, of course, my father, Roger. Could you please stand and raise your glasses? Roger. If you stay on your feet one second, because unfortunately we both have very large families, and unfortunately the list is too long to mention everybody. Is also not here today, but please raise your glasses to absent friends and family.
Absent friends and family.
Well, that went better than I predicted. So sit down now, thanks. So now to you, our friends and family who of course are here today. Now we hope that you don't mind us Facebook stalking you over the past few weeks to get your photographs that you see on the table in front of you. But it was quite easy for us because we're both very expert in using the internet. Which you may know. So please take them with you. Keep the door open sometime or whatever. They're for you, so please take them with you. So thanks to our friends in London and the surrounding areas, our friends and families from Newcastle, from the Midlands, and also thanks to those who joined single, multiple stag and hen parties. We know it hasn't been easy on your wallets, purses, or trying to function properly for a few weeks afterwards. And we'd also like to say a special thanks to Alex and Liz, who joined us all the way from the USA. Thanks, guys. And also, you've been slightly outdone, we have Adam and Emma from Australia. I'd also obviously like to mention each and every one of you, but I'm acutely aware there's a best man speech after this. And I don't want you to fall asleep before that. Or maybe I should. So next I'd like to thank Sonia, Kevin and of course Carl for accepting me into their family with such warmth and love. Before I first met them, I admit I had a feeling of anxiety. This wasn't exactly a complete irrational fear, which was due to a story that Rachel told me in the car at the beginning of a very long trip from London to Newcastle. So if you could just bear with me for one moment while I recite this story. Once upon a long time ago, Sonia, Rachel's mum, answered the front door from a boyfriend of Rachel's at the time, who called round to take her out on a date. On opening the door, she somehow instantly decided that he wasn't good enough for her beloved daughter and told him that she was not available and to not bother coming back. Before promptly pushing the door shut and walking back inside the house. For a time after then, Rachel's mum was known as the Ice Maiden, which obviously worried me considerably for the rest of our 5-hour journey. But I kept telling myself that I misheard Rachel, and the Ice Maiden nickname was given because of her mum's Norwegian roots. And I also pretended to myself, to make me feel better, that Rachel, of course, never had any boyfriends before. Of course, being the good Catholic girl that she is. But deep down, I knew what I'd really heard, and for fleeting moments, I struggled hard with the thought that if her mother was this protective, how were a big Geordie dad and brother going to go? If I got that far into the house, of course. I can say that thankfully, when I did arrive in Newcastle, all my concerns were immediately put to rest, and I was greeted with an open door, with some very warm handshakes, hugs, cold beer, enough food to feed the whole street, lots of chatting, get to know one another, and hearing many funny stories about how naughty Rachel was, a baby and a child, and I've come to realise how messy she is as well. To be serious, I can honestly say that I've never felt more welcome to somebody else's home, and how thankful I am to have your love, generosity, and feeling that you've taken to me as one of your own. Thank you. So this isn't, of course, just about me, and on behalf of Rachel, we'd also like to thank you, through me, being such a great family in every way, and that includes Carl, our cameraman over there.
Right.
And also thank you for a very, very generous contribution to this wedding today. With continuing thanks to our immediate family, and of course my mum, who is my absolute role model for a love, strength, wisdom, and general stress-free outlook on life, except when she's driving. And I just want to say thanks to my dad for turning me into a pretty decent person. I think they say the true gauge of a man is the woman that he marries, which is why I must be a dark side more than a pretty decent person. Also, a big thanks, Mum, for your very generous contribution to the wedding. Also, thanks to my sister Sal and brother-in-law Mark, who always kept me grounded over the years. And thanks to Alex and Matt for many laughs, bruises, cuts, aches, pains, etc. I look forward to many more good times in the years to come. So could you please stand and raise your glasses to parents and families? Parents and families.
Parents and families.
And we have some presents here to give to the mothers and to Kevin. Rachael. Sorry everybody, we're getting there. It's on. So this leads me to my wife Rachael. And as so many good men before me have stood and spoken these words, it has never, in my eyes, been more appropriate to say that I am punching way above my weight. And I like it. Rachael looks so beautiful today, words can't describe it. You made me so happy. It probably doesn't look like it. There's a few nerves jangling here, but I'm so happy with the day. Ladies and gentlemen, this is perhaps the most important toast I'll ever make in my life. So please, could you be upstanding to my wife, Yes. Next, the bridesmaids, Emma, Laura, Sally, and the loveliest flower girl, Corda. You look absolutely stunning today. And also just special thanks for all the help you've given Rachel. I'd like to come up and got some gifts for the bridesmaids. That means you, sir. While we're doing that as well, just to say a big thanks to our ushers, Mark, Carl, Alex and Matt for their help. And we have some presents for you guys as well. I think while we're giving these numerous gifts out, I'll continue. Just a thanks to Liz and Steve for doing the readings today. They were fantastic, so thanks very much to these guys. Also, Quizmaster Adam, who is here. Thank you, Adam. And somebody that's probably got a notice is Geordie for taking lots of photographs today, so thank you very much. So, firstly, just a quick apology because I've made him wait even longer with this fairly long speech. So, it's almost time to hand over to Valley, my best man, who has no doubt made up a pack of horrible lies. But before I do hand over, I want to thank him now because I might not want to in a few minutes' time. I want to thank him for agreeing to do this best man thing by organising a couple of great parties to remember, but also being a great friend. My best mate over many years, from the days when I used to call for him on the way to school on my BMX bike, and him waiting for me because I was usually late to this point today. I want to thank him for keeping me out of the trouble he usually caused, and for not getting me arrested, beaten or seriously injured. And we have a small gift for Valley. Larger gift. So, I think this is it. What you've been waiting for, everybody. I'll hand you over to the first man.
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Mark. Or, to the majority of you who do, it's Ballet. And I am Nick's best man. Let me start by offering my personal congratulations to the bride and groom. And I would also like to thank you all for attending their special day. And what a day it's been so far. Do you agree? Yay! Looking around the room and seeing the places you have travelled from, I have to say, I'm surprised how far people will go for a free meal and a bottle of wine. As already commented, I'd just like to thank Emma, Laura and Sally for their help. I think you'll agree they look lovely. And of course, the bride herself, Rachael, you look absolutely stunning. Nick has at long last finally landed on his feet. Nick and I have been best mates for as long as I can remember, and in my case, that's last weekend. My memory isn't quite so good these days. But it's always been Bal and Sal, or Sal and Bal, which is reference to him looking like his sister. Thankfully for Sally, she doesn't have a crooked nose, grey hair, or look like Jimmy Nail. We understand why Rachel was attracted to him now. We take the girl out of Newcastle, but not Newcastle out of So when I received a phone call one Saturday morning in November last year, I actually thought he'd remembered my birthday early for me. But instead, I was delighted to hear the news he'd asked Rachel to marry him. He then asked me if I would do him the honour of being his best man, and I have to confess, at the back of my mind, I've been thinking about this day constantly, what I could and what I should say, but most importantly, not to ruin their day. So I did some research into my speech and how best to prepare it. No chatting up the mother-in-law, alright ladies? No flirting with the bridesmaids, alright girls? No ex-girlfriend gags. Frees up at least 2 hours of this speech. Staying sober, that's always a problem. Don't go overboard on abusing him. Well, after stag do's in Las Vegas and London, and bruising where you really shouldn't bruise, I think he's had enough of that already. And the golden rule installed at the start, no smoking before the speech. I think you'll all agree it's been the perfect day so far, but what Nick has had to do with it, I'm not so sure. But it's important we all take advantage of our host's generosity behind the bar, so please enjoy this, as all he keeps saying to me is how little this day has cost him. And the honeymoon suite if needed. Mr. Nicholas Millward, born 31st of March 1975. Although if Jenny had spent an extra few hours in labour, he would have been born on the appropriate day. And it's not the first time he's come early, I believe. He started life in Castle Bromwich, Birmingham, before his family moved to Borsal Common, where our friendship was formed over years of walking back and forth from school. We only lived a few hundred yards away from each other. I never really got into trouble at school until I met Nick. That soon changed, as most days we'd arrive late and have to explain it was our early morning milk rounds that caused it. I still have visions of a young boy who'd come sprinting down our road with a Superman quiff, flapping ears, earrings swinging side to side, and a large rucksack on his back. Now, if I was to start telling you in detail the sorts of things we would do, firstly, you would think I was lying, and second, to be honest, I really don't want the world's shortest marriage on my hands. So instead, here's a few memories we've shared along the way. School was just the normal stuff, and pretty uneventful. First pint, first girlfriend, first cigarette, arson, shoplifting, and watching the mighty Aston Villa. Some would say full of disappointment. From school and sixth form, Nick took the path of university, destination Nottingham. We would visit him most months and help him settle in and enjoy the vibrant club scene of the mid-90s, and of course make sure he was studying. After graduating through uni, he landed his first job at Orange in the telecommunication world, and to this day, I still really don't understand what he actually does. But again, we travelled the motorways, this time south to Bristol. Again, lots of work focus was on going out. We spent lots of time in White Ladies. No, what you're saying is that it's a genuine road full of bars. During this period, we decided perhaps there's more to life, so we hatched a plan to travel the world. Take some time out from the rat race he was in. So off we went travelling, joined by friends along the way. We had the most amazing time, and it was during that period he developed a new name, the Rat. I'm not going into detail with this being a family day and all that, but this particular name was founded in Cairns, Australia, 2002. And I'll start and finish by saying, have you ever seen a rat up the drain pipe? A rat was born. Now as he starts that journey with Rachael, as his wife, this is where I offer my words of advice and thoughts on married life to you both. It's simple, I don't have any. For me, you've only got to spend time in your company to know you're both very much in love and completely together. I've known Nick for 25 years, and I can honestly say, hand on heart, this is the happiest I've ever seen him. Nick is a true friend, genuine, thoughtful, up for a laugh, and never judges people. As if he did, you'd probably be listening to someone else speaking here today. He has always aimed high, wanted a challenge, and whether that be cycling, snowboarding, sailing, football, golf, or running, although the running looks to have taken a bit of a back step. But I'd have to say, his biggest and greatest challenge is how to conquer a Mount Snowdon. but today, he has gone a long way in doing that. And hopefully tonight, he'll manage that. As we draw to a close, I'd like to take a special moment to mention Nick's dad, Roger. A wonderful man who unfortunately is not here today. I know he would approve of your choice of wife and welcome Rachael into your family. Sal, he'd be extremely proud of you today, mate. You're a credit to him and your mum. I'm sure I don't have to tell Kevin and Sonia, but rest assured, your daughter has found a true gentleman. You could not have wished for a better son-in-law. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you would stand and join me for a time. As I give you the name, Mr. and Mrs. Nicholas Millwall. Just before I finish, I'd just like to read a card. This is from Rachel's mother and father, Rachael. Today, dear daughter, as you walk down the aisle, you'll see all the faces wearing a smile. But just as we remember those tender years, our smiles will conceal a few hidden tears. It isn't through sadness, our emotions just whirl, as we are both thinking back to our dear little girl. And now you have grown and made us so proud, as you smile for the camera and the rest of the crowd. Remember, dear Rachael, as you become a new wife, you're still very much part of our life. We're losing a daughter, we're gaining a son. Your new life as husband and wife have begun. To be blissfully happy and enjoy your big day, have a wonderful marriage with a rose thrown away.